If you want to make your life a lot easier, if you want to have more fun as you're working towards your goals, one of the most important things that you can do for yourself is to examine the way that you think and question the way that you think. Question whether or not your beliefs are actually serving you and the frame that you have on, is it actually helping you? Or is it making everything more difficult than it needs to be? Is it making life a challenge and an uphill battle when really you could be having way more fun, get to what you want, and still feel like you achieved and accomplished everything that you set out to? Look, one of the things that really hit me hard on my journey was that I was self-sabotaging myself, realizing that all my thoughts, all my beliefs, all the ideas that I had in my head really weren't even mine. They were just passed down, from generations before, from the people around me, from watching TV, from being on the internet. And honestly, I hadn't really sat down and gone, is this what I want to think? Is this what I want to believe? Does this actually make me feel good, make me happy, make me excited, give me energy? Or is it draining me? And indeed, it was really draining me. And with those beliefs, with those thoughts, progress was stagnant and I was struggling, and every step felt like a mile. Instead of things going quickly and seeing progress every day, it felt like months went by with no real tangible growth. But when I flipped the switch and I realized that, wait a second, what I would like to believe is a lot more positive. The outlook that I want on life is much brighter. The way I want to see other people and the world around me is in a much more positive light as well. All of a sudden, things start shifting because you see the reality that you're experiencing is subjective. It's all based on what lens you're wearing. It's all based on the frames that you have on. It's not really real except for to you and to anybody else seeing it through the same lens. So if you're saying to yourself things like, people are mostly bad, or people are out to get me and to hurt me, people are going to betray me, I can't trust anybody, then that's the experience that you'll create for yourself. And no, I'm not telling you to be naive and trust everybody and just hope that the world is going to magically give you everything you want, but rather that if you're not intentional about how you view things, then your view will be skewed and you'll see a bunch of things that you don't like, which will then confirm that everything is bad, and then you'll keep creating that reality for yourself over and over again on a daily basis. Now, who wants any of that? Not me personally, and I bet you don't either. However, if you start saying things like, oh look, this person was nice to me, oh wow, this good thing happened to me, and you start noticing those, all of a sudden they grow in power. But because it's whatever you give attention to. And that's what we miss. We think that the way that life unfolds is just sort of random, and then you have to deal with it. But the fact is, you have a very, very unique view of everything that's happening, and most of the experience is not the experience itself, but rather the stories you tell yourself about the experience and the beliefs that you then take on as a result. For example, if you were a stand-up comedian and you went up on stage and you got heckled and they booed you off and the crowd hated you, then you would probably tell yourself something along the lines of, oh, I'm terrible at this, I should probably never do it again. However, if you kept going up and improving your material, writing a joke every single day, the Seinfeld method, if you just kept going and going and going and improving on your craft, eventually you'd get up on that same stage and people would give you a standing ovation. They would be laughing their ass off, all because you got good, right? Despite the fact that things didn't go in your favor the first time. So whatever you've written into your brain as a belief, whatever experience you've taken on and said, oh, well, now this is who I am, and clearly I can't do this and I can do this because here's where I was successful the first time I tried it, so of course I'm going to lean into that. Silly, right? We make life decisions based on who rejects us and who approves us. We don't keep going after what we want because we're afraid that we might not get it. But by not going after it, you're guaranteeing that you're not getting it. At least you can try, right? And if you try a little every day, it's funny, it becomes inevitable. You will get exactly what you're going after if you make daily repetitions. Because every day you're voting for who you are trying to become. And if you smoke a cigarette every day, you'll be a smoker. And if you work out every day, you'll be fit. Isn't it great how you can choose whatever you want as the outcome? Isn't it great how you have so much power and influence? But maybe you gave up that power, and maybe you stored it away for a while. I'm inviting you to grab it today and to say, okay, here's who I want to become, and today I'm gonna vote. And I'm gonna vote for who I want to become over and over and over and over again so that it becomes inevitable. Not a hope, not a dream, not some goal that's out of your reach, but something that's tangibly coming true from this moment on. And if you shift your thoughts into this type, then all of a sudden, it's not so difficult, it's not so far away, and it's not so out of reach. Hopefully that clicks in for you and you can really receive it. Because I know that if it does, then your life will really never be the same, and you'll never be the same. You'll have a new sense of freedom, and you'll know that your thoughts and your beliefs mostly aren't really real, and you can change them at any point. Right now even, if you decide to do so. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me, go over to erafael.com and you can schedule it there. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.